Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Nestor Matematico. Second referee, Mr. Lumer Pajarillo. Now let's call in your starters for VNS Volleyball Club. Starting off with their team captain, number 18, Ron Medalla. At number 3, Philip Michael Bagalay. Jersey number 4, Russell Fronda. At number 8, Jeremy Pedrosa. Wearing jersey number 9, Rocky Motol. At jersey number 12, Jan Mangulabnan. Libero is number 2, John Joshua Cruz. Head coach is Mr. Ralph Raymond Ocampo. Calling on the starters for NU Archipelago Builders. Starting off with our team captain, number 20, Joseph Philip Belio. At number 12, Rensmel Tagibolos. Jersey number 16, Brian James Haleco. At number 17, Leo Priolo Ordiales. Jersey number 21, John Yanfred Abanilla. At 24, Mac Arvin Bandola. Libero is number 15, Marco Eli Maclau. Coaching for NU Archipelago Builders, Ariel De La Cruz.
And we are set to begin this matchup between the VNS Griffins and the NU Archipelago Volley Builders. As we take a look at the starters first for VNS, Pedrosa, Motol, Fronda, Mangulabnan, Medalla, Bagalay, and Cruz. At para naman sa kabila, you have Abanilla, Tagibolos, Jaleco, Belio, Ordiales, Bandola, and Maclang. And we thank you all for joining us for our coverage of the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference live on One Sports. Dip Dipianco on call for this match, joined by Mela Tunay. And of course, we'll get more updates and reports later on from our courtside reporter na si Doreen Zuay Baguio. Mela, we mentioned it, napag-usapan natin nung top of the coverage pregame. These two teams, hindi nga masyado maganda yung simula. VNS has only won 1 out of their last 3. NU naman, 0 and 3 so far. But we can see some bright spots for them. And alam naman natin na sobrang bata pa ng mga players na to.
At isa pa nga sa kailangan nating i-highlight, no, in their last game against a veteran team like Air Force, umabot sila ng 5 sets. Pero a lot of their veterans and 2 of their starters weren't there nga. They were in the training camp for UAAP in Taiwan. But now we can see them here inside the court as Chaleco and Belio are starting for NU Archipelago.
So we are underway here with that serve from Mangulabnan. That is picked up by Cruz. They go back set to Pedrosa, who gets the first point for VNS.
Ngayon sinasabi nating old form ni Medalla, parang first point pa lang, nakita na agad natin yung kanyang champion form from when he was in Ateneo. Great elevation there.
1-0 to start. Jan with another serve. Belio sets up Tagibolos, but that sails out.
It's a great setup there, but the timing between the connection ng middle at ng setter wasn't really the best.
So one clean attack so far for VNS and that error from NU. They will try to get their first point here. Abanilla with a soft touch. It's kept alive by VNS. Bagalay. Picked up by Maclang. The tip was sent back, but it was out.
Ganda ng set na yun doon ni Belio. Galing siya ng zone 5. And he did that opposite set. Perfect for Chaleco. He got that point off the block.
Bagalay. Oh, good save there by Chaleco. Bandola will give an easy over. Mangulabnan sets up Pemi, and Pemi will score.
Using the hands of Bandola, Bagalay scores. That's his second point already out of the 3 points they have. So itong si Pemi actually came in big in their last game. Even though they lost to Iloilo, talagang isa siya sa mga nagpanalo. Lalo na yung kanilang statement win in the first set.
Right.
It was
11
very
points.
crucial, that's right.
11 points for Femi Bagalay in their last game. Itong si Bandola forcing an error from the other side with that attack.
Ang ganda rin ng mga matchups natin today, no? It's Bandola versus Bagalay or itong si Medalya.
These are players na we know very matunog sila nung their college days. Of course, Femi
From Mapua.
played for Mapua, transferred, played beach volleyball also
That's
for a
right.
while. Medalya, as we mentioned, coming back from an injury, but they told us na masaya si Ron that he's with Femi because somewhat medyo pareho sila na pinagdaanan from injuries. So he has someone to look up to and ask advice from. And Pedrosa will score his second point off the block.
Makikita mo yung effort dito ng VNS really go all out with their attacks dahil ever since naman talaga blockings ang panglaban nitong NU Archipelago.
Right.
And, you know, if they scouted them from their game against Air Force, you really have to know or to find ways on how to score against their blockings.
Ordiales gets that point. A very tall Leo Ordiales, as you mentioned nga, no, yung ganyang height, yung nagiging dahilan bakit ang lakas ng NU sa blocking.
And, so far, may mga nafe-feed na din agad na bola dito sa mga middles compared to VNS na wala pang nasiset sa middles, but there was a violation. Net touch will be called against Bello on that last block. Sayang, grabe yung pagkakapayong doon. Single block. Nakahabol itong si Ordiales, but there was a net touch there.
They go to Bandola. That is outside for Mac Bandola. You can see that they're really trying to go to him early on, no, sa first set. And
that was also a great effort dahil he was definitely way above the blockers, but lack of wrist action there. And yung last attack niya sailed out.
6 serving 4 in set number 1. Good serve there. Bello gives it up to Mac. Picked up there by Medalya. And then another point. Oh, that seemed inside. VNS is saying na pumasok yun. But it's called outside.
Everyone from the side of VNS trying to contest that call.
A point will be awarded to NU. It's Mac Bandola on deck to serve. 5-6 here in set number 1. Maulabnan, upset. Medalya will attack. That's way out for Ron Medalya.
Back errors on the side of VNS. Masyadong nakailalim doon si Ron Medalya.
And just like that, we are tied at 6 apiece. Bandola will serve once again. Better receive there. Ooh! Nalunod dun. Bello trying to take advantage. Mangulabnan goes back row to Pedrosa. It's kept alive. Medalya will try. And again, that's long. So VNS has been struggling in the past couple of rallies here.
You have to give it to Mangulabnan do. Talagang kinakalat niya yung kanyang mga sets. There's one in the pipe pero behind him, and then he will feed to Medalya para mahiwalay talaga yung mga blockers ng NU.
Can't be too predictable, especially if you're facing this young NU team.
And the thing with their blocking system is talagang as much as possible, they would try to do triple blocks regardless if nasang side ng court si net.
And because they also have a tall setter in
I was
Joseph
gonna say the
Bello,
height,
diba?
and then tatlo pa yung tatao sa'yo.
Ooh. They tried to go down the line there, but it was wide. So it ends up as VNS sending us to the first technical timeout. 8-7.
Joseph Bello just got back from Taiwan yesterday at sinalang na siya ulit as NU's primary setter. Nakwento nga nitong si Seth na one of the highlights of his training camp in Taiwan is their tune-up game versus Taiwanese club Winstreak, kung saan nakalaban nila ang former MVP and NU senior nila na si Brian Bagunas. Seth also expressed how proud he is of his teammate Chan Floresca, who produced 30 excellent sets when he stepped in for Seth as NU setter. Mela in-depth, Seth is so dedicated to his role here in NU that he pushed back his dream of playing for the national team, turned down the invitation he got recently to focus on his UAAP stint and on his role as team captain here in the Spikers turf. Your thoughts, guys?
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Let's break that down. No? Medyo malaman yung report sa atin ni Doreen. But let's talk about the program first of NU. No? Ano yung magandang natutulot nun for someone like Joseph Bello to play against Brian Bagunas, diba, to get that training in Taipei? What does that bring to the table for NU if you have players like that?
Well, you know, those training camps talaga, the primary goal of that is to learn from other cultures of volleyball. As we know, in Asia, marami din talaga mga successful volleyball cultures.
Yeah.
There's Thailand, there's Japan.
Right.
So, all these collegiate players really go around to learn from the best. And since they started doing this, kasi medyo inabutan natin yung time na nag-transition na sa mga training camps yung mga collegiate teams natin eh. Nakita natin how it developed the whole Philippine volleyball landscape. And you know, sabi na nga nito ni Bello na iba rin yung kumpiyansa na nakukuha nila from those kinds of tournaments, especially kapag nakakakuha sila ng point, ng set, and ng game against those teams na chine-tune up nila. Right. So, when they go to the real game here in the Philippines, in UAAP, or whether it's here in the Spikers turf, yung kumpiyansa nila, you would see how different it is already.
Yeah. Despite being so young, no? But also, I gotta applaud the commitment of Joseph Bello na banggit sa atin na turn down that offer, but will focus instead here in this tournament where they're looking for their first win. So after a string of service errors for both teams, NU finally gets that clean point off of the adjustment on that attack. It's 9 serving 11. Mangulabnan sets up the push, and that works for Jaleco.
So far for the NU Builders, these drop shots have been working since the start of this first set. Dami na nilang nakukuhang puntos dyan. Seems like they really did their homework, studying the defense pattern of VNS.
Just 1 point behind itong NU Volley Builders. Mangulabnan goes to Pedrosa again from the back. It's sent back. Second try. Bagalay will hit and score.
Great set by Mangulabnan. There was a big opening there for Bagalay at grabe din yung speed at yung bola niya yung walang ego talaga. So nakita din ni Bagalay na pahabol pa lang yung blocker niya and went for that down the line angle.
Ooh, babawi sa kabila. But it was outside. Tried to go to the middle kay Tagibolos.
Sumobra naman sa iwas doon. Pero ang ganda rin ng matchup no, ng ating mga setters today. They really know yung height na gusto ng mga spikers nila para makaiwas sa blockers. Kasi inangat yun ni Bello para umibabaw ito si Tagibolos doon sa kanyang mga blockers. Kinapos lang. Pero now they are down by 4 points already.
Oh, we've been talking about Joseph Bello, but what about that ace from Jan Mangulabnan? Coming from a family of volleyball players, we know what he can bring to the table.
Sinalo mo dyan labas, di ba? Apo. Oh, dito ka nang gagaling, ano, Seth? Ulo ka. Tumba? Ulo? Okay. Ang dami na natin sinasayang eh. Ha? Sinasayang na palo. Ilang outside na. Ilang taas kamay ka na. Ilang nagtaas ka ng kamay. Ilang beses ka na nagtaas ng kamay.
Sorry.
Tatlo. Ibig sabihin lahat ng tinaas mo ng kamay, lahat yun error.
Let's go.
Okay, sige, bawas error lang. Sige.
So timeout called there by NU because their team is down by 4 points. And they don't want this to create a bigger separation itong VNS. Mga Lubnan continues to serve. Belio upset to Abanilla. Still no point for NU.
Attack errors have been plaguing the NU builders. They're contesting for a check ball, but the referees are denying them of that.
Mangolobnan has been serving for quite some time now for VNS. Let's see if NU finally breaks in a point. Naklang upset. Ooh. What happened there for VNS seemed like an easy point. Pero nagkailangan nata si Motol tsaka si Bagalay eh.
Masyado kasing mataas din yung overball. So, I guess the players didn't see na may isa pang nag-a-attempt. Halos dalawa yata silang nag-attempt for that regalo. So, hindi na itodo.
At NU scores back-to-back points. That one a rejection.
Right now, the ratings are going for NU. What they lack in attacks, they make up for in blockings.
Oh, good timing there for NU. Mangolobnan had to chase Bagalay.
Oh.
In between two NU players.
The attack percentage of Femi Bagalay today is just really on a high as they go to the second technical timeout, 16-12.
Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center as VNS protecting a 4-point lead against the NU Archipelago Volley Builders. That is an error for Femi Bagalay after that break.
3-point disparity in the scoreboard now. Pero kung makita natin, VNS at 16. Half of that point was given by NU. Dahil right now, NU has 8 unforced errors already.
Good first ball for Cruz.
Oh.
So far, di pa nakakuha dito ng malinis na atake si Medalya.
He got a point earlier, but after that, medyo nag-struggle na ulit.
Two straight points to cut the lead down to 2. Tagibolos will serve. Ibigay kay Pedrosa. Regalo. And Motol takes advantage.
Quick reaction there by Motol. And lalo na pag middle kailangan extra alert talaga. Dahil you don't always get the sets as often as, you know, the wing spikers get set by the setters. You're gonna take as much points as you can.
That was Abanilla getting a point. There was a touch, according to the first referee. Take a look at this once again. Happened right in front of him, so he makes that call. Pedrosa outside, and NU is just 1 point away against VNS.
You mentioned about the errors of NU, but now the errors are plaguing the side of VNS. And NU has been making that run after the second technical timeout.
Right, the lead was at 4 points a while ago. VNS gets a break. Someone touched the net from the NU side.
One thing that VNS has to figure out is how to maximize the rotation when Femi Bagala is in the back.
Yeah.
Kasi so far, walang nakakatapat dun sa efficiency ng pagpuntos niya at pag-atake niya.
Right now, Femi is working at the back row. We have a few changes for VNS. It's Deximo and Buslig checking in for the Griffins. It's a 2-point lead right now for VNS. And Deximo will serve. Ooh! It's an ace. It's received there by Chaleco.
Quality minutes right away from the double sub.
Ooh! And another ace that turned into a facial.
You did not expect that one. But again, back-to-back aces on the side of VNS. Let's take a look at this replay. So, nagpo-float talaga yung serve. Hindi siya yung kasing lakas pagka makita mo, but it's a perfect float ball.
Kailanganin yung pwestuhan natin. Tago ka pala, pumorward. Diba? Diba? Oh, nandun ka pa, nakatabi ka pa doon. Apat yan, kaya naman natin abulin eh. Kaya. Focus lang kayo sa ginagawa niyo sa loob. Nawawala tayo, nawawala.
Tara!
A timeout called by NU. I don't know what it is that Deximo had for breakfast or lunch, pero mukhang on point yung service niya today.
Chill lang pero effective. Pero on the side of NU naman, si coach talagang in-adjust na yung defense pattern. Gusto niya 3 na lang yung receivers. Early on, it was 4. But this is just the perfect way to come back after having streak of points by VNS. Bandola scoring another one.
They're not far behind, just 3 points away against VNS. Mac Bandol will be the one to serve. Good first ball by Bagalay, allows them to set up the play. And Buslig gets his first point off the bench.
Again, as I mentioned earlier, quality minutes by the double sub of VNS. So that's already a total of 3 points from that double sub. Dalawa dun sa setter, isa dun sa opposite spiker. And makikita mo napakagat din agad yung middle in that last play.
Pinitin ng onte ni Ordiales and he gets it through.
This time around, their own version of a middle attack. Not the strongest, but taking advantage na lumaki yung butas dahil triple block.
Right.
So no one to defend the shorter part of the court.
18 serving 21. That was a high-risk serve that led to an error for Leo Ordiales. It's Russell Fronda serving right now for the white shirts. Maclang sends it to Chaleco. Oh, good adjustment, hitting it off the blockers of VNS.
Muna kailan na siya na ganyang atake, ginagamit niya yung kamay ng blockers through his tips. And that was actually a hard ball to time kung papaluin mo dahil galing pa sa zone 1 yon at sobrang taas ng pagkakaset.
Ooh. Costly error there for the captain.
11 errors already for the NU Builders, and the game's not even, the set's not even over.
Buslig with a serve. Telio sends it to the other side. Does not work there. It's going to be a free ball. Telio this time goes middle and it works.
Great connection there by Belio and Banilla. Oh, that's Tagibolos rather.
So still holding on itong NU Archipelago Volley Builders. Deximo sets up the play and then Bagalay will score.
Bagalay making it look easy. And alam mo, pag siya pumapalo, it seems like yung binibida natin na blockings ng NU na talagang advantage nila. It doesn't seem to be present when it's Pemi Bagalay going up against them.
You mentioned the efficiency of Pemi. Has been great for VNS. NU answers right back, saving 1 set point.
And then isang advantage when you're really into beach volleyball. You see a lot of angles inside the court and you manage to do a lot of ways to score.
Deximo sets up itong si Motol as they finish off set number 1. 25-21 against the NU Volley Builders. Take a look at this play once again. May onting bitin. Itong si Deximo and then the finish by Motol as we head to this break. We'll be back with set number 2 here on One Sports. Back here inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still catching us on One Sports. VNS took set number 1 as we take a look at the highlights. Mela, what jumped out for you for VNS? Anong tamang ginawa nila to get that win against NU?
Well, for me, they were very consistent. There was no point na they let the lead go to NU, no? So, of course, the leadership of Bagalay also with 5 points already, followed by Pedrosa, and I guess the timely substitution as well of VNS. Nabanggit nga natin how many points they scored off that double sub. Deximo, instant 2 points coming off back-to-back aces. But speaking of aces, yan din talaga yung naging Waterloo nitong NU in the first set. As you can see, in terms of serves, nakatatlo ang VNS kontra sa isa lang ng NU. In attacks, it was equal at 11. Block point, as much as it is the strength of NU, they've had a lot of block touches. Pero in terms of block kills, they only registered 1 point. Pero yung errors din talaga, ang daming pinamigay nitong NU kanina. Kaya hindi rin sila makakuha ng momentum because every time they were building up on momentum, they would give streak of errors also to VNS.
So that ultimately gave the set 1 win to the Griffins as we are set to begin the second set. And again, you're catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Dip Dipianco alongside Mela Tunay calling this match with Doreen Soy Baguio, our courtside reporter. Hindi ko alam kung nasa loob pa tayo ng Paco Arena or parang ang dami natin naririnig na siren sa loob eh.
This is my first time covering on a Sunday. So, di ko alam na ganito palang kasaya kapag linggo. Maraming tao. And of course, it's always good to see more people coming to support our men's volleyball league, Spikers Turf.
First point already goes to VNS. Pero babawi agad itong NU.
Tagibolos with yet another point. That's his third already of the game. And ang laki din ng nababawi nitong ni Bello sa mga middles niya, no?
Ooh. Good play. And look at the reaction from Motol, who finished set number 1, by the way, with his attack point. Tignan natin yun. Gotta love the celebration. Anong tawag sa ganun? Di swag yun eh, no?
The look na lang para safe.
Parang tawag ganun, yun yung gusto kong tawag din eh.
You know, after that, game started to heat up even more. And minsan yan na talaga yung mga way ng players para magising sa game eh.
Renyu again answering right back. It's 2-all here in set number 2. Mangulabnan gives it up to Fronda, who sends it wide.
That was a good intention dahil isa lang yung blocker na tumapat sa kanya, so ni-swipe niya talaga dun sa kaliwa para hindi matouch ng blocker, pero sumobra lang yung lihis doon.
Ooh, a bit close to the net. And it ends up as a violation. Nagsimula yun sa first ball ni Pemby Bagalay. Wasn't really the best control there. Nahirapan si Mangulabnan to get that setup.
Tinry na lang agawin yun ni Mangulabnan before it even crossed the net.
This time, a better setup to Pedrosa. But again, that's outside. So this time, it's VNS getting the errors here in set number 2.
That's right, and yung errors nila coming off from attacks karamihan, which they did very good on in the first set.
5 serving 2. They send it to the left side, but Medalla is rejected. And Amanilla is hyped.
Great timing, great anticipation, great penetration by Amanilla. Payong na payong yung atake na yon as VNS calls for an early timeout, 62.
O hindi naman kailangan lahat power. Tingnan nyo kung saan nyo pwede padaanin yung bola. Nakasara doon nyo papaluin. Ikaw naman nakita mong simpleng line lang, kailangan mo talaga ipihit. Kailangan natin mag-improve sa attack, yung weakness natin.
Okay, relax. Wag natin pala yun. Balik agad ah. Yes on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes! Let's go, let's go.
A timeout call there by VNS Griffins, Coach Ralph Ocampo. Asking his players to improve their attacking. He's seeing some things na pwede pa nilang i-improve here in set number 2.
And they can't prove to NU na weakness nila yung atake dahil nung first set, it didn't seem like a weakness, pero if marami na naman yung block na ma-generate nitong NU, they're gonna play to their strengths, definitely.
Well, that's 4 touches, I believe. Bagalay didn't have the recognition to send it over because yung nangyari doon, net lang yung natamaan, and then Owa Cruz was able to save it actually. So that was the 4th touch already that you saw from Medalla. 5 na ang abante dito ng NU. Ooh. Fronda using his offhand.
Great adjustment by Fronda in mid-air. Pinalagpas na sa kanya. And just finding that donut hole in the middle of the NU defense.
Delio opens up. That's saved. Naghahabulan dito. Cruz. Oh, unable to send it over. But good effort still for VNS. But right now, it's the first technical timeout. NU ahead by 5 points, 8-3.
but surely getting his confidence back on the floor. Ron Medalla shared 3 things to me na nagbago sa kanya coming from an injury. Number 1, pag masyado daw dumikit ang set sa net, di niya daw nilalaban. Number 2, before he would land on his left foot after he attacks, ngayon on both feet na. 3, when he feels pain, di niya na pinupush ang sarili niya, nire-rest niya na agad. Now playing at 90% playing condition, Ron says that he and Pemi are putting prime on maintenance and warm-up, and he's actually planning to go back to the PT and undergo a program para mas magtuloy-tuloy pa ang recovery niya. Dip and Mela?
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. That's what we were talking about, Mela. Hindi pa siya 100% itong si Ron Medalla. So it's sort of a process for him to actually play in his actual full form. But we are seeing some signs, at least for Ron Medalla, getting his game back.
And I guess personally, even for him, yun lang naman yung gusto niya. Kasi for everyone na wala ring idea on the struggles of recovering from injuries, it takes a lot of time and more so a lot of patience. Diba? Sometimes we'll just lose that drive na nakakatamad naman. Bakit pa ako magpapagaling? Parang wala namang progress. So personally, I guess, that's a big jump already na nakita niya yung sarili niya mag-perform at a 14-point output to give him more reason. Sabi niya nga, babalik daw siya sa pag-PT, diba? So that he could pursue more development from his injury. And like Doreen mentioned, nagbibigay na sila ng premium sa mga warm-ups. Dahil, you know, when you play a lot of volleyball, compared to yung dati UAAP lang liga, ngayon ang dami na talaga. Your body really gets tired. So the players now are starting to listen to their bodies, diba? Not even pushing when they're in pain, as also mentioned in that report.
Tsaka physical yung injury na pinag-uusapan natin. Iba pa yung mental aspect of recovering and lalabanan mo. Your thoughts when you get that injury? Bagalay is blocked. And NU looks comfortable with a 6-point lead in set number 2.
So that Bello and Tagibolos wall, really a problem for any opponent that they're facing. Masyadong matatangkad, masyadong planchado yung system nila sa double block.
Bagalay will attack once again. A good save for NU. This is kept alive. Mangulabnan goes back to Pemi. And Bello touched the antenna.
No, si Bagalay only tried to save that set, no? Parang masyado nang pakaliwa sa kanya yan.
Yeah. Bello didn't recognize na nandun na pala siya sa antena. They go pipe attack. And that works for Mac Bandola.
Mac Bandola, MVP form. Great swing there on the pipe hit. Triple block against him, pero ni isa walang nakahipo doon sa kanyang inatake na yon.
Mangulabnan goes middle and Motol doesn't get a lot of touches, but then when he does, he takes advantage.
That's right. And again, the efficiency of Motol also in full display here today. And you know, he's also playing smart dahil kapag kailangan laksan, lalaksan niya, but he saw how compressed the defense was doon sa may harap na part ng court, so he targeted the end line.
Bello sends it to the middle. It's kept alive by VNS. Medalla goes up. The off speed does not work. Sa likod ulit. The bodies are on the floor, but there was a call against VNS.
That's right. I think the referee called the net violation on the blockers. Meron nga.
Mangulabnan, upset. Pedrosa, picked up by Bello. Here comes the setup. Easy pickings for VNS. Cruz sends it to Pedrosa. Again, Bello for the dig. Josh at the net. They go left side, and a strong attack.
Bandola just way above the blockers on that last hit. He's been stacking up his points here. He finished the first set with 2 points. Very uncharacteristic, especially after scoring 31 from their last game. But now, He's adjusting to his usual ways in producing points.
Mangulabnan goes back row to Bagalay. Belio. Right side, they go to Abanilla. And finally, VNS gets a point. A much-needed one after NU has built a 7-point lead a while ago.
Clearly a shift in momentum between these two teams. But that error is also gonna give VNS an opportunity to create their own momentum back.
Ooh, sent back by Bagalay. Ooh, and another dig by Motol. Third try for NU. And that doesn't go through. What an effort for VNS.
And that's why, you know, a lot of sports fans say defense wins championships dahil kapag paulit-ulit ka nadidepensahan, talagang nakaka-frustrate din sa spikers.
Napahawak na nga sa bewang yung players ng NU because they tried everything they got there. But VNS with solid defense and Fronda getting that point prompts NU to call for time as we listen in.
Convert, ha? Ha? Eh, nade-depensa nila yung palo natin eh. Sabi ko naman sa inyo. Uy, tulong kasi kung hindi pwedeng siya lang asahan natin pumatay dyan. Ha? Medyo hindi mo konti yung gitna. Hindi naman sinasamahan niya. Hindi sumasama. Bilisan mo lang yung palo mo, ha?
Belio, gitna mo. Ay! Belio, gitna mo. Gitna mo, hindi sinasabihan.
Tulong lang. Go.
So timeout called there by the NU Archipelago Volley Builders as they are still ahead by 4 points. But again, pito ito kanina, kaya naman napatawag na ng timeout. Almost an ace para sa VNS. Pedrosa.
Oh!
What a hit from Noy Pedrosa.
Ganda ng set na yun ni Mangulabnan. Talagang patay na patay yung bola. Papunta pa lang dun sa spikers. And, Bandola just alone to block the opposite hitter. Big opening there.
Belio sends it to Bandola on the left. Again, Pedrosa. Ooh. Collision between Mangulabnan and Pedrosa. Ball is kept alive. It's up and it's down as Pedrosa continues to fire away.
Pedrosa just really hitting the ball regardless kung isa yung blocker niya, kung tatlo. But doesn't seem to be a problem at all as they are now just down by 2 points. And it started off with that error na pinamigay nitong NU. And nabanggit natin how VNS could have the opportunity to have their own momentum back. And that's exactly what they're doing here.
A good serve for Motol, and it leads to that easy point by Fronda.
The first line attack of a Regalo. Again, these opportunities also resulting from the heavy serves that VNS is also handing to NU Builders.
Look at that. 1-point game. And a chance for VNS to tie this one up. Mangulabnan to Pedrosa. And again, she scores.
Mangulabnan driving the offense of VNS in a way na hindi talaga makahabol itong mga middles. And look at the middle of NU. Halos nandun na sa may part ng ulo ni Bandola yung block niya dahil the decoy really worked as well.
What about this comeback for VNS? But Tagibola says enough is enough. Gotta take the lead back for NU.
One-stop play there.
We have to also credit itong si Motol, no? Grabe yung service niya.
Service, even yung defense kanina, sila ni Pemi yung magkasunod doon.
Right, that's right.
So, an all-around game by Motol, definitely.
But it's been Pedrosa who is shouldering the scoring load for VNS on that opposite side.
And you know, after the first set, itong si Femi Bagalay has been a marked man. And the best adjustment is to have more people really produce points, and that's exactly what's going on the side of VNS.
Good things happened a while ago for VNS when Buslig and Deximo were checked in. Let's see if they can duplicate that performance from set number 1. Floresca. Deximo got a touch.
Great save.
Bagalay still going for the attack. Floresca again will set up the play. This time he switches. What a save by Deximo. Buslig will not get a touch.
Back-to-back one-handed save by Deximo, but Buslig can do the finish. As NU goes to the second technical timeout, they're up by 1 here, 16-15.
Back here inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference on One Sports. We've got a close one here in set number 2. VNS, after trailing by 7 points a while ago, has tied this one up once again.
Dalia with a sigh of relief after that point. No blocker went up against him. Yan din talaga yung mga kailangan niya ngayon dahil it's been a slow start for him.
Yeah. This time a good serve. Floresca to the middle, unable to save it. Was Ron Medalla.
No, we rarely see that kind of set for the middles of NU dahil usually inaangat talaga. Matatangkad kasi yung middles nila eh. But this time, just enough for them to really make it a quick set.
Interesting also how they're going with Floresca here in this stage of the game. It's Fronda getting the point for VNS.
More people really chipping in to contribute on the attacks of VNS. But on the side of NU, they've actually have 10 errors already. So it seems like they're producing more in the second set. Hindi lang halata dahil nakuha nila yung abante, but out of that 10 errors, 9 doon attack faults.
Haleko won't get that attack error as he sent that with power and conviction. Balik sa NU ang kalamangan, 18 serving 17. With Ordiales on deck to serve. That is outside. Almost dropped for Ordiales, pero lumagpas pa rin.
Great read by Medalla. And sinasabi ng mga coaches dyan, pag lagpas na sa ulo mo, best na wag na kunin.
Still quality minutes for Deximo and Buslig. Pero ibabalik na ni Coach Ralph Ocampo ang kanyang starters with a full front. Mangulabnan will serve. Kanina no set 1, maganda rin yung kanyang service performance. Saved by Bagalay. They go back to Pemi. VNS once again. They go back to Bagalay. Second try and it drops for Pemi Bagalay.
You should see the cut of Bagalay. Masyadong bantay yung kanyang unang atake, and look at how he used wrist action in this one. Twisting not just the wrist but even the shoulders.
Mangulabnan continues to serve. Floresca. Chance here for VNS. Si Bagalay ulit. Dug up there by Abanilla. But NU unable to execute properly. Pedrosa goes up, down it goes for Noy Pedrosa.
We mentioned how Bagala has been well read by NU, not just in the front line, but even in the floor defense. And Pedrosa just really stepping up to create those points for VNS. And just like that, they are at the lead, 20-18.
Pinasok na nga si Joseph Bello for NU. 2-point game. Bello sends it.
Oh!
And rejected by Motol.
Well-timed and well-read by Motol. Makikita mo yung kamay niya talagang sa kabila na nakaabang. Let's take a look at that in this replay.
So that was perfectly read by the Griffins. At natawag ng timeout itong NU, their final one here in set number 2.
Taas lang set ko, medyo baba mo konti. Yan bang na-practice natin? Direct? O yun lang pala. I-shot ko lang. Tara, tara.
Hey! NU! Fight!
Pre, matawag mo. Kaya nga practice.
A timeout called there by NU. And Mela, itong Archipelago Volley Builders, they were ahead by 7 points. What was the turning point for you? I mean, this set is not yet done, but what switched it for VNS here in set number 2?
Well, I don't remember which point exactly, but if you remember me mentioning na, you know, that point could be an opportunity for VNS to create their own momentum. And after that, that's exactly what they did. So, you know, 1 point could make a difference in a game if you really let it.
A good save there. But it's back with the NU side. At tinamaan pa nga yung antenna, and VNS continues to add to this lead.
And like I mentioned earlier, no, yung 10 errors nitong NU, 9 doon attack faults. And I guess yung mga attack errors nila nangyayari because the blockings of VNS, especially with Motol in the front line, nag-i-improve din, and kung nakakalusot man, nadidepensahan talaga sa likod. So, na-frustrate yung mga spikers nitong NU.
Right. The only thing that could stop Jan Mangulabdan is himself with that error. Pero 3 points pa ang hinahabol dito ng NU. 19-22. Mangulabdan back sets to Bagalay. Isa pa. It's kept alive by VNS. Let's see what NU will work with. They went middle, and Medalla tried to play and save that one with his foot.
Great setting job by Bello dahil the defense of VNS is still scrambling from the last play na talagang tinry nila i-recover. But this time, Ron Medalla unable to save that quick hit with his foot.
Oh, what a set. Boy pa ang bola. Bagalay ulit. Cruz with a pickup. They send it to Pedrosa with all his power, breaking the block of NU.
No, si Pemi has really been struggling in attacks. Kanina, nilagay siya dito sa open, and now nagpalit sila ni Pedrosa. But he's really well read by NU. And ito nga si Pedrosa talaga yung nakaka-deliver ng mga final points to get VNS up ahead.
Former UP Fighting Maroon. Noy Pedrosa.
Oh!
And the block again for Motol.
Yung Motol isn't the tallest player, but his timing talagang ang ganda. Makikita natin dito sa replay. Tingnan mo yung beat niya sa taas at kung paano niya pinayungan yung atake na yon. They are now at set point.
Same situation for set points for VNS. Let's see if NU can save one. Maklang with the pickup. It's Haleko again. Down it goes for Haleko as they save that set point.
Haleko not going down without a fight. He trying everything he's got here bago pa siya pumunta sa likuran.
He will be the one to serve. Pero tatlo pang hinahabol dito ng NU Volley Builders. Good receive. And here comes Medalla with the facial and the exclamation point.
You know, Medalla hasn't scored as many points as he did in the last game, pero these kinds of attacks gonna give him his confidence back in this game as he finished the second set off with that powerful down the line hit against Belio. They take this set 25-21.
Back here inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference here on One Sports. Set 2, similar scoreline, 25-21. Tignan natin yung highlights, Mela. Napag-usapan natin yung turning point for you, no? But you also mentioned the part where VNS was playing great defense, kaya itong NU somewhat had trouble finding their execution on offense.
That's right. Talagang tinrabaho ng VNS na makabalik sila in that second set. They were really struggling with attacks, and it was even pointed by their coach in that huddle. But after that, talagang ginamit nila yung ibang strengths nila in other departments, no?
Right.
Dumepensa sila ng maayos, nag-block sila at nag-serve sila ng maayos. And then, when they got their rhythm from all those skills turned strengths, that's when they started stacking up points for attacks, and even came up with more attack points here in the second set compared to 12 points of NU in attacks. And even yung sa blocks, now we know is the strength of NU. They even used it to their advantage, getting 3 points from that department versus 2 block points of NU. But another thing na naging factor was si Bagalay scored 5 points in the first set and only scored 1 point in the second set.
Right.
But the emergence of Pedrosa, already 7 points after that second set, is a big thing for VNS. And ito pang si Moto, talagang big contribution, not just in the points that he makes, but momentum breaker talaga yung mga points na ginagawa niya.
Very timely, no? Yung kanyang pagpuntos. As we welcome you to set number 3. Here on One Sports, Dip Dipianco, Mela Tunay calling this match. And of course, our courtside reporter, Doreen Suway Baguio, with the updates on the sidelines. First point, napunta sa NU, pangalawa, with an easy pickings after that good serve.
Quick start here by NU, 2 points agad, and they're loading up their serves. Dahil kung defense yung ginamit nitong VNS kanina para makabalik sila, of course they would want to break that right away by loading up on their serves.
But that was too strong para kay Haleco. Bagalay on deck to serve. Belio sat for a couple of minutes nung set number 2. Looks like that's a point for NU.
Tagibolos have also contributed big time. Actually, it's the top scorer for NU now with 8 points after that quick hit.
Quietly, no? Yung 8 points na yun kasi.
Kalat-kalat eh. Unlike, when Bandola scores points sunod-sunod.
Right. Inangat ulit kay Bandola, but that was too far. For him to
Sumobra,
reach,
oo,
oh.
sa kaliwa. And that's actually a struggle for right-handed open spikers, no, na habulin yung mga set na sobrang bilis pero palagpas na sa kanila.
Another good serve for VNS.
You know, there's something about the serve of Motol na
Right.
hindi mo alam kung spin ba o float. Parang it has the effect of both. Makikita mo dun sa replay na yun, no? Parang nag-float muna siya bago siya umikot. And another thing that makes it harder is side spin kasi yung ikot niya.
Ito, may chance ang VNS. But that was wide.
Ron Medalla, you know, if there's anything, yung consistency lang din, yung isa sa kailangan niyang pagtrabahuhan dahil we've seen him do amazing points here today pero parang yung mga errors also gets to him.
Still Medalla unable to find the target.
Andun yung lakas, andun yung angle, but it's really just a matter of scoring right.
Yeah. He knows what he wants to do, just not connecting yet. Itong si Medalla. It's sent back to VNS. They go back to Ron. Yun. Changing things up, and finally, it drops for Ron Medalla.
Easy point there for Ron, and you know, mawala man yung consistency niya sa game. You can't deny how smart of a player he is. Still trying to find a way how to contribute to his team.
And those are the instances that really tell you na it's not all about power,
Yeah.
di ba, Mela?
Kagaya kanina, nahihirapan talaga siya umatake. He made up for that in defense,
Yeah.
and it really gave them a leverage para makabalik in that second set.
But Ordiales, again, using his length. And Bandola is back at the line to serve. Easy pickup by Cruz. The 1-2 play is well read. Iaangat nila kay Medalla. Saved here by NU. Bandola from the back row.
Blockers aren't enough to stop Bandola from scoring off the pipe.
That was a good save first from Hernandez, who dove for that ball.
Actually, ang taas din ng porsyento ni Bandola kahit nasa backline siya eh.
Mangulabnan to the running Fronda. Ordiales picks it up. Here comes Haleko. And an error on Fronda. First technical timeout. Let's take a look at what happened in that play. Too close to the net. Itong si Russell Fronda, and NU will send us to the first technical timeout.
Mela and Dip, this is the first time this conference that Pemi Bagalay is playing without jet lag. As one of the team's veterans and with a team coming from a loss, Pemi told the team na the more natatalo tayo, the more na nagiging intact dapat tayo as a team. As a leader, hindi binibaby nitong si Pemi ang younger teammates niya, telling them na they can't reason out every time na bata pa kasi. Instead, they need to spot their mistakes, they need to learn from it, and they need to do better than they did the last time. Before this game, ang pabaon ni Pemi sa team is to have fun because on the court, it's not the time for correcting anymore. It's the time to showcase their talents. It's the time to showcase what they can do as a team. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Finally, no, nasa tamang time zone na si Pemi Bagalay. Pero even that time when he was playing with jet lag, that player of the game pa yan. So what more he can do for VNS with the right conditioning and tamang tulog nga naman.
Ganun pala talaga. I think ang tawag doon, born to play. Yung kahit may mga ganong factors na magaling pa rin sila, di ba?
Tsaka yun din naman yung ginawa niya sa States. Naglaro lang din daw siya, sabi niya. Ubelio. Almost, but it was sent back. VNS scrambling for that ball, saving it. Here comes Aleco with the approach. Pero hindi pa rin umuubra sa VNS. Look at their defense. Pedrosa with a dig. Bagalay with the attack. Oh, and finally, it was defense that gave NU the point.
Tagibolos and the whole NU Builders playing to their strength. That was the longest rally of this game, and they're gonna finish it off with a block point courtesy of Tagibolos.
Obelio tried all sorts of tricks there.
Grabe yung defense. And of course, if you're Bello, hindi naman palagi napakadali mong depensahan. You're so tall. You're a talented setter spiker. So I guess it boils down to the scouting as well of VNS. But this time, when it comes to scouting, in-game scouting and in-game adjustment, lalamang yata dito sa third set itong NU Builders. They're now up by 6 points here. And they're not letting VNS come up with tricks to let what happened in the second set happen again here in the third.
Couple of points. Back-to-back for NU. Sa pampagkakataon. Bump set by Cruz. That's outside. And the familiar situation wherein VNS is down by 7 points, which prompts Coach Ralph Ocampo to call for time. Tignan natin dun. Pemi had the right intention there on that cut shot, but it just went wide.
Kasi hindi ka gani yung fast play kung kung walang quicker.
Go. Hinga muna, hinga.
Pag yun na madali and relax ang unti-unti niya.
Huwag nyo lang hayaang lumayo pa. Kailangan natin maka-side out muna ng isa. Tapos, recover tayo.
Let's go. 1 point side out, ha? VNS on 3, 1, 2, 3. Relax lang, relax.
So timeout call there by Coach Ralph Ocampo as his team, despite being ahead by 2 sets, find themselves trailing here in set number 3. And if you're the Griffins, you don't want to give NU an opening dahil nung last game, Mela, itong NU, they came back. They were down by 2 sets, forced the 5th set, although they lost the last one. Pero alam natin na they're capable of pretty much catching up.
And yan ang strength ng mga bata eh. They don't mind, playing 5 sets every game day. They are trained for that. But let's take a look at this Pemi Bagalay hit. Opposite set was good for Mangolabnan. Oh! Tagibolos just making a statement there in that last hit. Actually, ang dami niya ng contribute dito, but I guess that is by far his loudest attack in this afternoon.
That was dropping the bomb. Itong si Tagibolos. Bagalay. Good save there by Cruz. Pedrosa. A mishit. And this is the biggest lead for NU the entire match. 8 points.
Ito yung sinasabi ng coach ng VNS kanina, kapag sumisingaw yung weakness nila in attacks, it really boils down to this kind of scoreboard. Malaki yung nilalamang ng NU. Dahil kailangan nilang i-challenge yung strength ng NU, which is blocking. So they need to make attacking as their strength. And if things don't work out well with that strategy, parang bad things really happen to VNS. And it takes them a while to go back and pick themselves up.
Belio back sets. Good tip by Aleco.
Aleco playing smart there. He has been doing this kinds of hit all afternoon.
Balik sa 8 ang kalamangan ng NU.
Motol also in the front row so far has been quiet this whole third set. But just as I mentioned that,
He heard you.
that's right. And nabanggit nga natin mga momentum shifters itong mga atake ni Motol. So let's see if they start to pick up points from there.
Bello will send it to the other side. And again, almost kept it alive itong VNS. But it's been those types of attacks that they cannot read from NU as we reach the second technical timeout. 16-8 in favor of NU. Back here on One Sports, it's 16-8 in favor of NU, who has woken up here in set number 3, Mela, after losing the first 2 sets.
As they should, no? Kailangan talaga nilang humabol dahil they're still winless this conference so far. And I guess if there's a time for winning, this is the best time, especially after some of their players have gone to that training camp we were mentioning earlier. This guy on your screen, Peng Tagibolos. Such a young, talented middle blocker.
And that's inside for Ron Medalla. Could build on that attack. But still a huge 8-point deficit. Bello inangat kay Bandola. This time picked up by Medalla. Pipe attack. Pancake save. Bandola ulit. So, the past couple of times that NU tried those attacks, no, na soft touch lang, nababasa na ng VNS.
And maganda sana yung intention kasi kanina kapag rally, doon sila nakakuha sa mga off shots. Pero ito, si Bandola, tinarget niya yung medyo kanan at medyo bitin. And yung taller blocker yung naka-tempo nung kanyang atake. But that point is gonna go to waste after that service error by Motol.
Who was actually on point, no, on service kanina. Apanilla will now serve 18-10. Mangulabnan. That is through. Well, this is dangerous times for VNS because NU slowly but surely getting to the 20-point mark.
Let's see if the double sub works magic for VNS. In front, getting set is also another thing they could maximize dahil compared to Motol, he's been getting fewer ones. On the other hand, itong si Tagibolos at Ordiales has been getting a lot of sets here for NU.
NU continuing to rack up the points.
Very dominating set for NU. Itong third set, they really came in here focused, especially after VNS snatched that second set from them.
It's the Deximo Buslig connection.
Again, the quality minutes of these two, always so helpful for VNS.
12 serving 19. And another error for VNS at the service line. obviously will not help their cause. Ordiales serves for NU. That is way out for Ordiales.
Mababa yung contact niya dun sa serve na yon. But they still have a comfortable cushion here, 20-13. And good news for the NU Builders. Tagibolos is now in front.
Bello goes back row. VNS asking for a no touch. And that's a violation on the part of NU.
Masyadong matagal yung contact doon ni Bello sa bola. Apologizing to the coach and his teammates.
Ooh. Outside for Aleco, and here comes VNS with 3 straight points. NU has yet to press the panic button. Tatlong sunod-sunod ang pinakawalan ng Griffins. Bello goes middle to Tagibolos, who gets it through.
The efficiency works for Tagibolos. Talagang every time he gets set, there's a high chance that he would get that point. Always giving his all, great swing and good connection built between him and Bello.
Good serve by NU. Bello again, setting up Tagibolos. Balik sa pito ang Kalamangan, and take a look at this once again. Timeout called by Coach Ralph Ocampo.
Fight tayo. Tanggalin nyo lang yung doubt kasi yung galaw nyo, parang nagadalawang isip kayo palagi sa galaw nyo, kahit sa receive, nagadalawang isip kayo. Kailangan aggressive kayo pag nasa laro kayo, aggressive. Tandaan nyo, nag-training din tayo. Go tayo.
Hindi pa tapos yan ha. Kailangan pa nila ng 5 points ha. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3!
Yes. 7 points lang yan, kaya pa yan habulin.
So timeout called there by VNS. Narinig natin yung sinabi ni Coach Ralph Mela, no? Seems like his players are being a bit tentative with their attacks.
That's right. At sabi nga nila, aggressive dapat pag nasa loob ng court. Dahil kanina when they were aggressive in a sense na okay, pag atake talaga. Ngayon parang safe lang, and you know, those errors have been getting into their head. But every time they are aggressive just like this, their offense really, you know, really create an impact for their team.
Buslig responding to that call of their head coach. It's kept alive. It's a finish there by Deximo on that 1-2 play. Or was that Motol?
I think that was Deximo.
Yeah.
No one from NU reacted on that drop shot.
Buslig continues to serve. 3 points off the bench. Good serve, and regalo for Motol. And again, 3 straight points for VNS. And this time, mapapatawag ng timeout si Coach Ariel De La Cruz.
Okay. Oh, timing siya nag-wicket. Timing na, pag maganda, pwede mong bitawan. Okay? O, siya maganda, receive lang tayo para maganda pa. Tsaga! Hoy! Inyo! Hoy! Tsaga lang!
NU Archipelago Volley Builders 3 points away from taking this set, but VNS are showing signs of life here. And Buslig will continue to serve for the Griffins. 18 serving 22. Bello sends it to Abanilla. Cruz was a bit late to that ball.
Opposite set at mataas Kaya naman, ang layo ng inatras ng mga defenders nitong VNS. They weren't able to adjust after seeing the hands of Vanilla.
Five-point lead for NU. Tagibolos. Put it up for NU. They send it to Pedrosa.
Great coverage there.
Pagkakataon ulit for VNS. Bagalay with the approach. And he scores off the block.
Bagala and the rest of VNS listening to the coach's instructions to be offensive, no, and aggressive. Talagang nagkaroon ng shift dun sa kanilang body language after that timeout.
4 points ang inahabol ng VNS. That was a good dig sent back to the NU side. The joust. And Bandola smartly tips it off the blockers of VNS.
The effort of Bandola to swipe it off the hand of his blockers.
5 set points for NU. And Tagibolos will serve. And we finish set number 3 and NU extends this match. 25-19, VNS unable to close it out in straight sets.
Masyadong mababa na yung contact ni Motol doon, and so the set just going to NU because they were consistent all throughout, and we're gonna break down the third set after this break. You are still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference live on One Sports. It is the VNS Griffins versus the NU Archipelago Volley Builders, and the third set just going to NU, winning their first set here in this game. VNS still up by 2 sets as we saw how consistent NU was in that third set, maximizing the presence of Haleco and Tagibolos already with 13 points and 11 points apiece. On the other hand naman, itong VNS struggled to find rhythm in their attacks and even in other departments, as no one really stepping up consistently for the VNS Griffins in that third set.
And you looking more comfortable, or look more comfortable in set number 3. Let's take a look at the numbers, Mela. Ano yung nagbago dito for NU which got them the set 3 win?
Well, actually, I kept mentioning the word consistent, no? Dahil that's exactly the game plan of NU in that third set. And even when nagkaroon ng scare itong VNS na makahabol in the latter part of the third set, talagang majority of the time, they really sustain their momentum by being consistent with their attacks, with their blocks, and with their serves as well. And they were also able to limit their errors to just 7, which they weren't able to do so in the first 2 sets.
Right. And this is, again, we mentioned an NU team that is more than capable of making a comeback. However, they fell short against Air Force in that last game, in that 5th setter. But first point goes to VNS after that service error. And set 4 is underway here on One Sports. Dip Dipianco alongside Mela Tunay calling this match. And of course, Doreen Soy Baguio will continue to give us updates and reports later on.
VNS also adjusted their starters for this 4th set. It's Deximo and Buslig.
Oh, that forces a touch from the NU side to the delight of Motol.
And look at the conscious effort also of the players of VNS na mag-celebrate and to really bring up the morale of the team. Because, you know, the whole 3rd set they were quiet no? Parang no one really rallied the team. So body language really matters in sports.
Iba yung energy nila ng first 2 sets. Deximo. Oh, that was a tough one for Bagalay. Abadilla. That's outside. And 3 straight points now for VNS to start set number 4.
The system of VNS starting to be on point here in the 4th set. Yung blocking sila, kahit na si Abanilla tinry magpa-check, they were able to contain that attempt, and the errors of NU also not helping them.
Oh, that was way out for Deximo.
A bit of parang na lack of balance siya dun sa pagpunta niya sa bola.
Babawi siya dito. Bibigay niya kay Motol but was denied by Tagibolos.
That was a B attack, and si Tagibolos talagang nakaabang na kung saan mag-take off itong si Motol. And this is actually an interesting matchup. Kanina we were mentioning Bandola, Bagalay, and Medalya prior the start of the game. But actually, as the game progressed, it's a good matchup between Motol and Tagibolos as well. And as we take a look at this replay, makikita natin how the blockings of NU is starting to be on point again for them.
Deximo upset to Medalya. And that's through the block.
Ang daming naging errors ni Medalya early on. Nag-outside yung mga palo niya, and now he decided to power through, and he gets it. Even challenging the taller Tagibolos.
Buti na lang maganda yung pagkakawax ng buhok ni Medalya. Hindi na galaw yung kanyang hairstyle.
Ako nung pre-game kanina parang nagalaw
Iba yung nagalaw yung loob yung utak na naalog Deximo again. That's what happened a while ago. And I think it's because of the first ball, hindi siya makakuha ng proper positioning.
And I think yung transition ng players inside the court, makikita mo yung pag-atras, parang ayan, nagkakabanggaan. So there's lack of balance and lack of control on Deximo when he hands on that set.
Medalya, dug up by Bello. Abanilla, saved by Buslig. They go back to Ron, off speed. Lilipat sa kabila, and that drops for NU.
Bandola above the blockers. And ang ganda na naging counter-attack nila doon dahil nadepensahan lang nila yan. Saktong-sakto yung set ni Bello kay Bandola. Makikita mo yung kamay niya, and yung bola nasa taas talaga ng blockers.
Gusto bumawi ng VNS, babalik kay Medalya, but he again was read by NU, who has now a 2-point lead.
No, even before Medalya took off for that set, naka-establish na agad yung blockers sa area. Nauna sila doon, and you know, with 2 tall blockers, established blockers, there's no way for Medalya to go through that. So they need to change things up a bit here. Talking about VNS, wala tayong masyadong nakikitang combination plays, walang mga setup na opposite setting. So they really have to maximize the presence of the spikers.
Ooh, what a hit by Leo Ordiales.
So much in contrast with what NU is doing right now. Very effective on their attacks. Parang everyone's getting a chance to shine. Kanina it was Tagibolos and this time it's Ordiales. Great setup job by Bello. Deximo, on the other hand, has had a lot of those setting errors. And now NU takes the lead 8-5. We'll be right back after this.
After scoring 31 points last game, Mac Bandola's goal in this game is to just play without regrets. Na-share ni Mac na in their first 2 losses, frustrated daw talaga siya. But in the third game, even though they lost, they can proudly say that they played according to Coach Dante's system, so the loss didn't hurt as much. Kwento din ni Mac, he received a lot of appreciation from friends and NU fans all over social media on that 31-point outing, the highest in the conference so far. And this is a boost for him to give them a good show as well in this game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. That's right, no? 31 points, the highest scoring output so far in this conference. So that obviously gives them a lot of confidence moving forward that they can produce that much in a game. Oh.
Hindi nahawakan ng maayos yung bola. Abanilla knew he messed up on that last contact.
7 serving 8, Medalla, the captain on deck. To the running Ordiales. At wala nang nagawa dun si Deximo. Oh, the attacks of Ordiales have been deadly here in set number 4. Di man kill yun, but obviously it led to that point eventually.
Also, itong si Deximo could have went on for the joust.
Yeah. Tried to go for the 1-2. It's still good. Then it's inside. Pero tatawag ata ng challenge itong NU. The first of this game. So net touch ang inihingi. And well, based on my view, I can see it from here before we show it on the actual screen. It looks like Deximo could have really touched the net. Actually, nagulat nga siya that because wala pa tumatawag ng challenge throughout the match. So let's see what the call will be. So he tried to go for that 1-2 play. And then NU challenging that one. Very timely yung ginagawa ni Leo Ordiales, no, dahil magva-Valentine's. No? Pumapana ng Cupid eh.
Kailangan, magandang Valentine's sa lahat. Kaya dito din pala nakasalala yung mood. Pag nanalo, okay Valentine's.
Ay, hinihintay natin yung tawag on the challenge.
Our officials also discussing with coaching staff of NU Builders.
Oh, but we can hear from the officials, they're discussing. Di ba pag mga ganyang challenge in between, it should be while the rally's ongoing. But what happened was, they called it when the ball dropped.
Oo.
So nung na-realize
Point
nila
na
na,
dapat ng VNS yun.
tumawag lang sila nung challenge nung nag-drop na. Pero kasi mabilis din yung pangyayari. So you can't blame NU also for not really reacting so quickly. Because after the 1-2 play, nabalik agad yung bola sa VNS, and then the smarts of whoever pushed it to the back gave the point for VNS. Pero yun yung ina-argue dito sa atin ng officials. So they're trying to figure out if it was actually called before that one. By the way, this is only our second game. No? Every Sunday, triple header na tayo, Mela, dito sa Paco Arena.
Kasi nga mahaba-haba itong ating conference, or 11 teams currently participating in the Spikers Turf.
Right.
It's a round-robin elimination round.
A while ago, the Navigators Iloilo getting their 4th win. Good for a solo spot at the top of the team standings. At the expense of Army Troopers. Ito naman ang ating second offering, NU versus VNS. And for our third match, no, Vanguard will also be seeing action. And they will be facing Santa Rosa, who's also a young team here in the Spikers Turf. A lot of really good mix of teams. No? Meron tayong mga younger teams like Santa Rosa, NU showcasing a lineup as well that are relatively less experienced, you would say, compared to the other teams.
Anything with semi-pro leagues kasi pwede rin yung mga collegiate players to still join.
So we're still trying to figure out ano yung tawag dito. So net touch ang hinihingi. And obviously there was a net touch by Deximo. So I think they will credit it to NU. I guess it was really a close call in terms of nag-drop na ba yung bola and then the challenge. But nonetheless, meron tayong point here for NU after that challenge was successful. So some Sundays, by the way, are triple headers. Yung iba, double header pa rin tayo. Just a correction on that.
Mangulabnan. Injected back in the game to replace Deximo. Medyo malayo din yung difference in terms of the pace that these two are able to do, or at least in this set.
But this one could, I don't know, favor someone dahil sa lull na yun, no, medyo mahaba eh. The momentum can swing either to VNS or NU because of that long delay. At nakapuntos dito si Buslake from the back row. But let's see if VNS can take advantage. 3 points behind. Oh, Haleko has been feeling it.
Haleko has been a very big contributor for NU in this game.
Ordiales will be the one to serve. Mangulabnan, by the way, is back in as the setter. And Bagalay will score off the block.
Bagalay against the triple block of NU, and it's not just any triple block, it's the tallest players of the NU lineup.
Game face on for Femi Bagalay. 9-12 is the score.
Well, at this point, if there's anything that VNS needs, it's really a leader.
Right. Yun yung hinahanap nila, no? Someone who will be more vocal and really change the body language, the energy inside the court. Kasi kanina, no, set 1 and 2, nakita natin yan eh. They were very much alive.
May umaako eh. Like in the first set, it was Bagalay. Second set, it was Pedrosa.
Bagalay ulit. And this time it's out.
Doon na rin talaga yung distraction when it comes to doing attacks. You'd say it's a team thing kasi it's not just happening to one person eh. Parang after getting blocked, talagang nag-e-error na yung mga players. But finally, NU also helping by giving them an enforced error there.
10 serving 14 here in set number 4. That was picked up by Maclang. Nalunod si Tagibolos. One of the rare miscues that they had with the middles of NU.
And 2 back-to-back errors given by NU. Let's see if VNS takes advantage of this and creates their own points.
Bello will send it to the left. And Apanilla will score.
Itong si Motol kanina, nabanggit natin gaano kaganda yung timing niya, no? Even not being the tallest player on the floor. Pero so far here in the 4th set, hindi masyadong ramdam yung kanyang blockings.
Mangulabnan, babalik kay Puslig. And down it goes.
Great impact also from Mangulabnan. Kanina they were struggling with Deximo kasi parang walang delays eh. When it comes to the blockers, parang there's no separation created. But with Mangulabnan, talagang ini-involve niya yung mga backline spikers and lahat ng spikers niya. So there's more confusion on the side of NU. But even with that, NU still goes to the second technical timeout, 16-12.
Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. And you're still catching us on One Sports. NU ahead by 4 points after losing the first 2 sets. They took set 3 to extend this. They're looking to make it a set number 5. But VNS hoping that they can close this one out before it's too late.
Patek kill block there from Fronda and Medalla.
Jake Puslig with the serve. Bello inangat sa kaliwa. And Bandola will score for NU.
Bandola also maximizing Mangulabnan as the smaller blocker, directing his attack there. And he's had a lot of the block hits this afternoon.
Oh, and Pedrosa finds the spot. Kanina, nabanggit mo, Mela, siya yung gumagawa for VNS.
Actually, instant 7-point siya in the second set. So let's see if he makes a difference here in the 4th. As we take a look at this back row attack. High contact and just enough spin to land on that corner.
Bello, 1-2 play does not work. Joust to the net. Isa pa. Bagalay sends it to Mangulabnan. That's inside. And I feel like VNS indeed will call for a challenge kung ball in or ball out. Mangulabnan tried to fake it. Tried to delay that set. Pero naabangan pa rin si Fronda ng blockers ng NU. Pero sisilipin natin dito if it was in or out. So this is the first challenge for VNS in this match. And they will need all the points they can get. That is definitely inside. So, unsuccessful challenge for VNS Griffins, who find themselves behind by 4 points. Mac Bandola will serve. Mangulabnan wants to go back to Fronda, still does not connect. And Pedrosa was caught flat-footed. This was what happened in that play na iba yung trajectory because of that touch from Fronda. And a timeout called by Coach Ralph Ocampo.
Kasi pumalo, kailangan din makapag-convert. Kailangan pa sinabi, kailangan din mag-convert ng attack. Mahirapan tayo nga, sasata tayo single block sa drop ball nyo. Go tayo. Wala na tayong moment na kailangan natin i-baby yung sarili natin. Kailangan natin tatangan ngayon. 14-19, ha? Tara.
Go! Hey, BNS on 3, 1, 2, 3! Yes!
Timeout by VNS and Mela. There seems to be something lacking right now for them. No, it's, I don't know if it's more on the mental side or their body language, but even Coach Ralph says kailangan nilang tapangan.
Parang nangangana kasi yun eh. If you lack yung yung mental strength, kapag ganito yung situation sa game, the technical stuff also follows. So, it goes back to that instruction of Coach Ralph na maging aggressive sa court, maging offense-minded. So, that's not what's happening now. Kasi naglalaro sila ingat eh. That's why in their timeout, maridinig natin, wag nang i-baby.
Medyo maingat. Medyo safe. There was a...
conflicting calls from the linesman and the referee.
Yeah, the linesman thought there was a touch, but first referee overrules that. 2 straight points for VNS. Tignan natin if they can build on that. That was a good serve. Pero nagawan pa rin ng paraan. Itong si Haleko.
Si Mangulabnan bumitaw dun sa block na yun, and I'm not really sure why he did that. At tumalon pala siya pero sa gilid niya pinadaan.
4 ulit ang abante ng NU. Mangulabnan. Upset to Bagalay. That's outside for Pemi.
Great intention. That was actually almost a clean hit. Naiwasan niya yung mga kamay ng blockers pero just not enough to land inside.
5-point lead. Gustong bumawi. Pedrosa ang binigyan. Dug up by Bandola. And Medalya able to get it through, and that spot para sa kanya was wide open.
We kept mentioning Medalya struggling all afternoon. Pero it comes to playing smart and having just enough court sense to get points from those kinds of tricks. He still has it. Look at that defense as well.
Dug up by Medalya. Bagalay has been checked as of late.
Well, ang hirap din talaga kapag naka-establish na yung blockers and alam nila na walang ibang pupuntahan eh. So, dikit na dikit yung double block and there's no delay kaya nakapenetrate talaga yung kamay nila.
That was outside for Bello. Coach Ralph Ocampo and assistant coach John De Guzman hoping that VNS can find a way to make a comeback. The blockers were lost where the ball was, and NU continues to inch closer and extending this to a 5th set.
NU definitely taking control of this whole 4th set. And as much as VNS tries to pull up a comeback, parang at this point, hindi nila magawa, and they call for a timeout now, 23-18.
Pag yung unang makita nyo sa discarding yun, bigay nyo na lahat doon. Kasi kung mag-aantay kayo na mag-aantay, tatakpan tayo, malaki blocker natin, malalaki yung blocker natin. May pasa kasi tayo eh. Convert natin siya, convert natin sa pasa. Go tayo, tapang pa. Dikit natin, dikit.
Depensa na lang ako, let's go. VNS on 3, 1, 2, 3. VNS!
Timeout by Coach Ralph Ocampo, somewhat repeating his instructions or words from his previous timeout. He knows what his team is capable of. Says they have good passing, they must convert then on the attack. Tignan natin if they can respond after the timeout. No, they don't. And NU is at set point.
VNS is doing their own version of a meltdown here in the 4th set. Tikit yung score, yes, pero in terms of really keeping up, hindi nila yun nagawa the whole set.
Medalla with the approach, the push. Chance here for NU. And again, a miscue. Medyo hindi nakukuha ni twice now that Tagibolas was unable to time it properly.
No, I was gonna mention nga sana na itong VNS is parang they're playing na walang system. Parang they're really scrambling inside the court. But just as I was thinking that, sunod-sunod naman yung mga very uncharacteristic errors itong NU.
Back-to-back errors now for NU. 4 na set point pa ang susubukang habulin ng VNS. Ito na si Motol with that serve. But the finish for Mac Bandola.
Being hit to finish off the 4th set. We take a look at this replay. Great angle, delayed na delayed. Itong middle blocker ng VNS. Creating a big opening there for Bandola as they get that 4th set 25-20, and we are down for our decider set here in the 5th. We'll be right back.
Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center as we are in for a deciding 5th setter in just a bit. But first, silipin natin ang ating set 4 highlights, Mela. Again, NU picking up from where they left off in set number 3. And again, building that comfortable lead against VNS.
Alam mo, they do that sa umpisa pa lang ng set, no? Especially yung set 3 and set 4, the sets won by NU. And towards the latter part of the set, itong VNS will try to keep up.
Yeah.
But actually, hindi galing sa mga puntos nila. If anything, it's really the errors of NU happening at the latter part of the sets. And if you take a look at the set stats, talagang malaking disparity sa atake, 13-7, blocking 6 kill blocks in that fourth set alone, and sa serves walang naka-ace. But look at the errors of NU, 12 points, and the matter of timing where those errors happened. Talagang yun na yung padulo ng set. Kaya if you take a look at the final score, it's 25-20. Seems close, pero yung nagpadikit lang talaga ay yung timely errors itong NU.
Right. Itong NU just really sucking the life out of VNS. No? You can feel it, you can see it based on the past 2 sets. And definitely VNS feeling quite the pressure. But let's see if they will respond as we welcome you to set number 5 here on One Sports. Dip Dipianco, Mela Tunay calling this match with Doreen Suay Baguio on the sidelines.
Pedrosa using the hands of the blockers. You know, they've been blocked a lot of times in the past set. So I guess they just have to go back on how they managed to win the first set, wherein mablock man sila is nakakapuntos pa rin sila kasi they play smart using the hands of the blockers.
Right. Yung nangyari dito sa NU as they get their first point by that error. NU in their last game against Air Force, nabanggit natin, nag-5 sets din sila, although they failed to complete the comeback dahil natalo sila ng set 5. They want to change that here. Buslig. Third try for VNS. He will go up again. At naubusan na.
You really have to commend the blockings of NU. You know, Mangulab na has been trying to do opposite setting para talagang i-separate yung blockers. Pero they make it a point na solid yung double block nila. And as much as they can, they will do triple blocks.
Mangulabnan sends it to Buslig again. Tough angle. And it's outside.
Again, it's very hard for VNS to come back in the game every time that they commit those errors in attacks.
Mangulabnan this time. Pero before that was set up, meron ng violation on the part of NU.
Tagibolos with the net violation. Sumabit siya bago siya tumalon. Sumabay doon sa decoy. And speaking of Tagibolos, already with 17 points, the highest scorer so far in the game. Meanwhile, on the side of VNS, wala pang nakaka-double digits. Bagalag already with 9 points.
Long rally so far here. Tinapos ni Abadilla.
Single man block going up against Abanilla.
Really, itong VNS looking for a spark. Something that will get them back to life. The pressure is on NU though, with all the momentum right now.
And take note itong NU, out of their 4 games, tatlo doon, 5-setters.
Right.
Referee's gonna call that point to VNS.
Pedrosa will be the one to serve. 3-4. He's got 9 points on 9 attacks. Belio. Cruz was there, but too much for him to control.
You have to give it to Belio. Maganda yung naging matchup ng mga setters ngayon. But seems like itong si Belio has got the upper hand in this setting game today. Really maximizing the presence of his middles.
I was gonna say, when he's setting the place, sobrang stable, no? Ito si Joseph Belio. But Mangulabnan also has a few tricks. Goes 1-2 on that play and he converts. Ron Medalla is back on the floor para kay Jake Buslig. So it's starters versus starters right now.
It seems like yung training camp nitong nila Belio sa Taiwan really had an impact on him. Plus, of course, extra inspiration that his senior, itong si Owa Retamar, is also here watching.
Yeah. Ooh. Rejected at the net by Russell Fronda.
What a time for him to come alive here. We've seen a glimpse of Motol, Bagalay, Pedrosa, but itong si Fronda, what a contribution here in the 5th set.
5-all. Belio inangat. And that's into the stands. The attack of Mac Bandola.
And, this is a disadvantage when you have shorter blocker in Mangolabnan going up against the very powerful, not the tallest, no, Mac Bandola, but we know the things that he could do in terms of attacks. And to leave him with just one blocker, not the tallest, talagang ganun yung mangyayari. Pero babawiin din niya yung puntos niya na yun courtesy of that service error. You're tied at 6 here in the 5th set.
Fronda will be the one to serve. Can they finally overtake here in set number 5? Haleko is denied. Siya ulit nangaangat. Then another block. And this time they're pumped up.
Great guide there by Motol. Great collaboration between Mangolabnan and Motol. Back-to-back attempts by Haleko was blocked.
In the middle, they go. Edordiales gets it through.
Yung efficiency ng mga middle attacks nila, no, regardless if it's Tagibolos or itong si Ordiales, talagang mataas yung porsyento.
7-all here in set number 5. No team letting up. Ooh.
Costly error, lalo na pag 5th set. Napaka-crucial talaga ng mga errors na yan kasi 1 to 15 lang tayo at you have to work for every point. Kaya yung mga unforced errors na yan, talagang it's a big blow, especially here in the 5th set. But speaking of error, total service error of NU all throughout the game, 17 already. Wow. And these are just the service errors. Iba pa yung mga attack errors nila kanina. So let's see how they could polish this more. This game isn't over yet. And just like that, VNS got the lead by 8-7.
Right, 17 service errors. Kumbaga,
almost a set yung pinamigay nila, no? Parang 8 points na lang. Namigay ka na ng 1 set, pero errors pa lang yun.
Yet, they are within distance from getting this match itong NU despite giving up those numbers of errors. Mela, na-extend pa nila to sa 5th set. At ngayon, may chance pang lumamang ulit here in set number 5.
Well, you know, in volleyball, magkamali ka man, basta panindigan mo, okay lang. Kasi pag nanalo naman, they're not gonna count those errors anymore.
Right.
Pero pag natalo ka, yan ang unang babalikan nila kung ilan yung binigay mo ng libre.
That's true. Haleko with the push. It's up. Bagalay. Belio again will set. Here comes Haleko. Medalla was right there. Medyo mababa yung set. Buhay pa rin ang bola. Bagalay ulit. Saved by Mangolabnan. Bodies on the floor. The joust. And it's won by VNS. Wow. Look at the players of VNS giving it their all. NU tried their best to put it away.
Everyone, all the players getting involved in that call. Parang lahat gusto maging referee eh. Parang sila yung nagsasabi ng call. But it was, you know, it was a long rally. Both teams really trying to put in the effort to get that 1 point. And now NU is calling for a challenge.
So the point was awarded to VNS after some excellent defense shown. So we're waiting to see the replay. This will be a crucial turning point if ever, Mela, because we are halfway through set number 5, 8-all. Whoever gets this point will get the lead at this stage. So the question is, did they touch the net before the ball dropped or after the ball dropped? That was Motol.
There's no net touch. It was the ball that let the net move.
Oh, so it will be a replay.
Yeah, good ball. No point to be awarded to any team.
So 8-all pa rin tayo. Here in set number 5. Couldn't get any better than this. Good first ball. Aangat dito. The chase. And Fernandez unable to get to it.
Video cameras for the challenge. All falling to the floor just because of that effort from NU.
Right, Hernandez with a good effort. But VNS again will take the lead as Pagalay will serve 9-8. Belio will decide to go to the middle. This time na abangan si Tagibolos. Sa kabila naman, isa pa. And Motol will get the point.
Motol definitely feeling the game here in the 5th set. And, you know, he's had a good performance today. Actually, that's his 10th point. Pero nawawala-wala eh. And what a time to be consistent itong si Motol here in the 5th set.
2-point game. VNS seemed like they were so demoralized after NU won sets 3 and 4. But in set 5, they have picked the pieces up. And now they're ahead by 2 points.
Everything that happened in the last 4 sets won't matter anymore at this point. It's like a fresh start for both teams.
Coach Ariel De La Cruz clarifying some stuff with our officials. Ooh. It will always be that middle will always be an option, Mela.
That's right. Actually, the first option na nga eh. And we all know na middle talaga yung first option in terms of set. Pero yung panindigan na sa kanila talaga ibigay. It's really the strategy in this game. Dahil looking at it also, matchup-wise, when you're the coach of NU and maghahanap ka ng advantage, the height of the middles itong VNS versus the height of the middles of NU, yun na agad yung unang ma-identify mo na advantage mo eh. So that's really what they maximized on today.
Belio bump sets it. Bandola is blocked. And already VNS halting that rally as they call for a challenge. They look comfortable or confident with that challenge, Mela.
The thing with the challenge, the coaches also talk to the players to ask kung ano ba talaga, nag-touch ka ba talaga.
Yes.
And the players of NU confirming that they did not touch the net. It was the ball daw na nagpagalaw ng net. Pero sometimes, because of the adrenaline, they don't really get to feel na, ay, dumikit pala yung t-shirt nila, di ba? Minsan kasi kahit yung shirt violation din siya.
A VNS on the verge of extending the lead to 3 points in a set that's played so quickly. Race to 15 lang tayo. Ito namang NU, they don't want their efforts to get wasted once again. Well, there was no net touch actually. So, point will be replayed lang because no one really got a point there. So, let's see what happens here. The challenge is unsuccessful for VNS. Coach Ariel de la Cruz asking. He's been arguing about the score, Mela, dahil for him, it should have been tied a while ago. But I think what he doesn't recognize is that yung kanina, replay lang. Walang puntos dapat yun.
So yung confusion din kasi with the challenge system is when you call it also, kapag ka-challenge mo yung call or if you're stopping the rally to call for a challenge.
Yun ang may puntos.
Oo.
But a while ago, nag-successful yung challenge, so replay lang yun. But there's a timeout called by NU right now. Well, let's listen in first.
Pre, endgame na to. Endgame na to. Tandaan nyo, endgame na. Hindi tayo magpapatalo dito ha. Tandaan nyo, atin tong lap na to. Focus lang, presence of mind. Dahan-dahan lahat ha.
Dahan-dahan lang.
Ngayon, block natin. Ganyan. Block natin, huwag yung focus. Kasi pass mo lang pag
Don, pasok ko service ko kay Bahala.
Blocking, penetrate pre, penetrate.
Ako nga, tsaka.
Sige, tara. Go, and you!
So we are resuming action here on the floor. NU trailing by 1 point here in set number 5. 10-11 is the score. Mangulabnan, back sets to Pedrosa. The dive was not enough for Abadilla.
Great team effort by VNS. You see points generated by different people, and that's what they need, especially though, as we've mentioned time and time again this whole game, talagang they need to separate the blockers of NU, so they need more spikers present in the game as much as they can. But so far, NU still not backing down in this game. Another point from Mac Bandola.
And it's gonna be Jan Abanilla serving for NU. Again, trailing by 1. Ibibigay nila kay Fronda. The running attack is wide. And we are tied at 12 all. This is anyone's game right now, Mela.
3 points away and tied at 12. Couldn't get any better than this. Both these teams need the win, like we mentioned. Only the top 4 teams will advance to the next round.
And chaos ensues here in front of us as NU tried their best to save that ball. I'm just glad we are safe too.
Hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung ginawa. Kung masisave ba nila yun kung hindi ko hinawakan.
Kung hindi mo sinave yun, hindi yun tayo save.
But the ball went here at the panels area, so
1 point lead for VNS, but NU answers right back, and we are tied once again at 13 all.
Both these teams just really giving it what they've got. And the NU now relying heavily on their main scorer in Bandola.
What was the call? It's off the block. Well, let's check here. Both teams going at it. They have their calls made up.
Actually, the linesman calls it out, but the first referee trying to overrule it, and now the players are calling for a challenge.
So, if this continues, if this stays, or it will, NU now is at match point. Kaya naman tatawag ng timeout si Coach Ralph Ocampo.
Kailangan natin maging maka-side out ulit. Okay? Relax. Ginagawa natin sa training to, kailangan natin maka-isang first attack sa position na to. Okay, now we have 4 spikers. So tayo, kailangan na maging smart. Kahit sino pumalo eh. Kahit kung ikaw papalo, backline, you have to be smart. If binigay sa'yo, you have to be smart. Go. Tara, tama.
VNS on 3, 1, 2, 3! VNS! Isip ka
Boy, what a game we have here for your Sunday offering, which is not peaceful at all, Mela. it's not a quiet Sunday
I know.
because it's loud inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. NU was behind majority of this fifth set. Sila yung humahabol. But right now, they are at match point.
And the VNS team tried to call for the challenge, but based on the staff, ubos na daw yung kanilang challenge because unsuccessful yung kanina. So let's see.
Bagalay will score off the block and extend this set.
Femi Bagalay, just being the leader that he is for VNS. He almost got that point kanina. That was a controversial call.
Yeah.
But he's gonna make sure he got this last one.
14 all in the extended set number 5. Haleko with the tip, the save, the push, joust. It's up. Ordiales picked up by Pedrosa. Mangulabnan to Femi. Yes! It drops.
Femi Bagalay just recognizing the defense pattern of NU, identifying where their weaknesses are, and after that powerful hit early on, sinabayan niya yung pagbaba nitong kanyang mga blockers and really went for that donut hole.
Takbo. Harap lang. Sige.
Relax, ha? Focus. Kalma lang.
Sa atin to, sa atin
Kalma lang. Kalma lang. Atin to, ha? NU! Bye!
Timeout called by Coach Ariel De La Cruz to try and save this one. Salvage this one. Nabanggit mo nga, 3 out of the 4 games in 5 sets. Yung huli nilang laban, nabigo sila. Will this be another heartbreak? Belio goes to Haleko. Chance for VNS. Medalya to Bagalay. Outside.
That was a tough set to hit dahil si Medalya yung nag-set and he came from behind Femi Bagalay. He tried his best effort to avoid the blockers. He was successful kanina nung ginawa niya yan in the earlier sets, yung cut shot for targeting zone 4. But this time around, point is gonna go to NU, but they get it back after that Ordiales service error. What a game, Dim.
What a game indeed. Balik sa VNS ang match point. Mangulabnan will be the one to serve. Belio goes middle. It's back with the NU side. Maclang sends it to Haleko. Third try. Easy over. Mangulabnan to Pedrosa for the finish. Yes! And VNS wins in 5 sets.
What an emotional game for VNS. And we all know how much they wanted this game. Dahil ang dami nangyari, ang ganda na pinakita ng NU. Kinapitan nila, and until the last second, they really put up such a good fight. And total team effort, by the way. Femi Bagalay just coming in clutch, but we're gonna break down this 5-set win of VNS when we come back after them winning this 17-15.
Check. Check. 1, 2, 3. Mic test. Mic 4.
It has been an intense 5-set match here between VNS and NU in today's triple header, second game for today's triple header. And I am here with the best player of the game, Rocky Motol. Rocky, nakuha ninyo yung first 2 sets and then humabol yung NU in the next 2. What did you guys do in the 5th set to close out at makuha yung panalo?
Maano lang. Ma-compose po yung laro po namin as a team.
You produced 10 points.
Yes.
In comparison to the 2 points you had last game. What fueled you to give that performance tonight? What fueled you? What fueled the 10 points na na-produce mo tonight?
Masaya po.
What fueled you? Sige, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Deserve mo yan. Sige, go. Any greetings, Rocky? Any greetings?
Greetings.
Yeah.
Hi sa mama ko at papa ko. Hi Gia, love you.
Thank you and congratulations, Rocky, and to VNS. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen. And there you have it. The best player of the game, Rocky Motol, really proved to be an X factor in this match. Timely points, yung service din niya. Medyo mabigat nung first 2 sets that helped his team win this one. As we present to you our set stats in set number 5. Dikit na dikit yung laban. It was really anyone's ball game, Mela.
Definitely, and makikita natin the biggest disparity na is yung 1-point disparity sa atake, 11 to 10 lamang pa rin dyan ng VNS, and even in blockings, 2 to 1. Pero yung errors sila, they were both able to limit to just 4 errors here in the 5th set. So you could see talaga na they were the ones who produced the points, and that's what made the 5th set even more special, more exciting for the viewers.
And VNS gets their second win of the tournament. Meanwhile, NU drops down to 0-4. Up next, we have the Vanguard Volley Hitters going up against the City of Santa Rosa Lions to cap off our Sunday triple header. On behalf of our courtside reporter, Doreen Suay Baguio, my partner, Mela Tunay, our director, Christian Encarnacion. My name is Dip Dipiaco, saying thank you for watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference here on One Sports.